When you first think about investing, it's so easy to picture these complicated charts and feel like you need to be some kind of math whiz. But what if I told you the most powerful tool you have isn't a spreadsheet at all? It's just your own clear thinking. Today, we're going to walk through the very first and honestly the most important step in understanding a business long before you even glance at a single number.
This right here, this is the whole mindset. Think about it. A trader might just see a symbol flashing on a screen, looking for a quick win. But an owner really cares about the business itself. They care about its customers, its reputation, its future. And that's how we're going to learn to think today. Because when you invest, that's exactly what you become. A part owner in a real, living, breathing business.
So where do we start? How do we actually put on that owner hat? Well, it all begins with a simple framework that the smartest investors use. Before they even think about a financial report, they ask 5 really basic questions. This is our way of getting the story behind the business. Let's walk through them together.
Okay, question number 1. And I know, it sounds almost laughably simple, right? But you would be shocked at how often people skip this. Before we do anything else, we have to be able to explain, in just plain English, how this company makes its money.
And to figure that out, just ask yourself, what problem is this company solving? Who is buying from them? And really, why are people willing to pay for this? If you can't answer those questions clearly, that's a huge red flag. If the answer involves a bunch of confusing jargon, well, that's probably your sign to just move on. Simplicity is everything here.
Let's move on to our second question, and this one's super practical. Do people need this product or service again and again, or is it just a one-time thing? Just think about your local grocery store versus a shop selling some trendy new gadget. The grocery store might seem kind of boring, but guess what? People need to buy food every single week. That consistent, repeating demand is what builds these incredibly strong businesses that can handle just about anything. Excitement is fun, but it fades. Needs stick around. Now for question 3. What gives this business an edge? I mean, in a world full of competitors, why do customers choose this company over all the others? What makes it special? This is what the pros call an economic moat. That special something that protects it. And this edge doesn't have to be some complex secret. It could be a brand that people just really trust. It could be that their stuff is just available everywhere. Maybe they're the cheapest option. Or maybe it's just a massive pain for customers to even think about switching to someone else. You're just looking for a clear, common-sense reason customers stick around. At the end of the day, a business is really just a bunch of people working together. So the people in charge, the management, they are incredibly important. They're the captains of the ship, and we need to feel good about where they're steering it. So when you look at the leadership, ask yourself, are they making decisions for the long haul, or are they just chasing short-term hype? You can read their letters to shareholders, listen to interviews. Is their story consistent? And here's the big one. Do their actions actually match their words? You're looking for honest, steady hands on the wheel. And finally, we have to look to the future. A great business doesn't just survive, right? It has a clear way to grow. So we need to ask, is there really room for this company to get bigger over time?
And that's the key word right there, sustainable. We're not looking for a firework that shoots up and then fizzles out. No, we're looking for a tree that grows slowly but steadily, year after year. Can they find new customers, create new products, move into new places? That's what we want to see.
Okay, that's enough theory. Let's see how this whole framework actually works in the real world. We'll take these 5 questions and just run a simple, imaginary company through them. You'll see just how powerful this is.
So meet XYZ Services. Nothing flashy here. They just do essential maintenance for apartment buildings, plumbing, electrical work, basic repairs. A simple, easy-to-understand business.
All right, let's run XYZ through our little checklist. 1, do we get it? Yep, building maintenance, easy. 2, is demand consistent? Oh, absolutely. Things are always breaking. 3, does it have an edge? Totally. It's a pain to switch a provider you trust. 4, how's management? Let's assume they're focused on slow, steady expansion. And 5, can it grow? For sure. As cities get bigger, they'll have more customers. And look at that. In less than a minute, we have a really solid feel for this business, all without a single financial number.
So now, let's just package these 5 questions into a simple tool that you can use every single time. Seriously, think of it like your personal pre-flight checklist before you ever consider letting your money take off. And here they are. Before you go any further with any company, just ask yourself these 5 questions. Can you answer yes?
clearly and confidently to each one? This checklist is your first line of defense. It's how you filter out all the noise and focus on what really truly matters.
And please, if you remember just one thing from our little chat today, let it be this. If a business is confusing, or it has no real edge, or it's run by people you don't trust, no fancy number on a spreadsheet is ever going to save it. A weak story is a weak story, period. Once you have this solid foundation, once you actually understand the business, then you're ready for the next step. Because only after you get the story straight can the numbers even begin to make any sense. And next time, we'll talk about how to look at those numbers without getting overwhelmed, how to figure out what a fair price might be for a good business, and even how you can apply this exact same thinking when you're looking at something like a mutual fund. It's all part of a clear, step-by-step path.
But always, always remember this. Start with the understanding. The numbers will make so much more sense once you do. This simple shift is what separates patient business owners from anxious traders.
Thank you so much for joining me on this first step. I really hope this simple framework helps you feel more confident as you start your own journey. Reach out to us via email, connect2fank@hotmail.com, or simply comment us with your email address and get a one-on-one simple step-by guide to build to your own personalized path towards wealth. Disclaimer: this content is strictly for educational purposes only and not investment advice.